So Guerdy pulled a Kenya Moore at her own event, and I wasn't ready, but I'm here for it. And Julia and Martina continue to give me the ick. By the way, my name is Zonat Zoe, and this is my Bravo Breakdown. Let's get into it. But before we get into that, it was so touching seeing her speech to her husband, Russell, and her two boys. And honestly, I can see why they're mad, because who else amongst that group has that much love going on? I'll wait. But the most revealing thing from the episode were the women who decided to go outside after that whole issue happened with her sharing Julia's text messages on the screen. As if we already didn't know how divided the cast was and how they've been trying to push Guerdy out, push Lisa out, push Adriana out. This made it even more evident. And speaking of them pushing out Adriana and Lisa, those are the only two who stuck by Guerdy during all of it. I have to give Lisa her props, because I actually thought she would have won out, but it's nice to see that she did have some form of support, kind of. But to the ladies that went outside acting like it was the most horrible, worst thing, classless thing they've ever seen, it's just ridiculous. And they're not beating the microaggression, the racism, the colorism accusations. And I feel like we keep having this conversation, right? We talked about this before, so no surprise that Kiki was there, because again, not all skin folk. And now let's get into Julia, because she has a lot of nerve. Was she trying to get sympathy from Russell, saying that he only heard his wife's side? I mean, that's his wife. What other side is there to hear? You threw a drink at her. Like, what else is there to be said about that except for you owning it, apologizing, and stop making yourself being the victim? But aside from that, let's talk about the children. I was surprised to see them like fully on camera. And it's clear that they're using these two little black kids as their storyline. In some of the scenes, I noticed the youngest one looking directly into the camera. So it seems like they might not be comfortable with it. But anyways, the whole situation is weird. And I don't know if you guys are in the know, but Martina was under a lot of heat recently, because a couple of weeks ago she made a tweet basically being anti-surrogacy, which the funny thing about that is you have two adopted boys. That's another form of surrogacy. I mean, it's not in the, I guess, the modern context that she's thinking about, paying someone to carry your child, but that's still another form of surrogacy. So anyway, she since deleted the post, but it has not been a good look for them in the media since this season has aired, and I'm here for it. There are other things that Martina has said that has been problematic that has also been coming out, but maybe you guys are more aware. But I just hope that when reunion time comes, that Andy is ready to address what we all are seeing, because this came up on Potomac and it kind of got skirted around. Wendy brought up these conversations. Candace brought up about these conversations. But I don't know. What do you guys think about the episodes? I love to hear your thoughts. Like and follow for more.